This crop is worth over 200 grand. It's hanging up to dry in this shed here. They're probably planning to bag it up the next week or so.
Can't we at least wait until the sun comes up?
The target's name is Bruce Dale.
Does he have any form?
He's a farmer. Grows veggies. Had no idea he was up to anything like this.
Is Widgery Road the only way in?
Poor bugger's going to be cornered.
Right, this is PJ's operation. He'll go in first with Gossie and they'll execute the warrant at the farmhouse. Joe and Evan go straight round to the shed. I'll follow up behind with Constable Sullivan.
Second day filling in and you get to team up with the Sarge. Baptism by fire.
How come the Sarge didn't hold my hand when I started?
I did. Everyone clear? We all head out at 0600.
Hey, this is great. Can't wait to get rolling.
Well, at ease, Tiger.
Well, I didn't get to do any of this sort of stuff at St. David's.
Oh, we get to do all the fun stuff at Mount Thomas. Ben will be spewing you missed out.
What do I do now?
Come on, I'll sign you out your equipment.
Eager beaver?
Yeah, just what I need at this time of the morning. Unbridled enthusiasm.
What did they have you doing at St. David's?
Oh, the usual, you know, patrol, station duty. Nothing like this.
You'll be fine.
Bruce Dale?
Yeah?
He's got a warrant to search your farm.
What's this about?
Could be about your marijuana crop.
What?
Start with the shed, eh?
Yeah, well...
Open up.
Do it yourself. It's not locked. You happy now?
It was here last night. It was here last night! I know it was!
Looks like someone's stuffed up.
So what do you use the hydroponic setup for?
Tomatoes. It's about as close as I ever get to a cash crop. Well, come on, mate. Don't you reckon I'd be living a bit higher on the hog if I was a dope grower?
Nothing.
So we're gonna have to tear the place apart, are we?
Couldn't look any worse than it does now. If he breaks anything else, I want compensation. An apology be nice.
PJ owes us a slab.
Sorry?
It's a police tradition. If you get everyone out in a wild goose chase, you buy the troops a slab. But I wouldn't mention it now.
Right.
Was not a mistake. The stuff was there yesterday.
Well, maybe Dale moved it last night.
Pretty convenient timing.
Meaning?
He got wind that we were dropping in this morning.
How?
Someone shot their mouth off, that's how.
No one would be that careless.
Lack of care or...
What are you suggesting?
Whatever. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Oh, and how do you propose to do that?
I'm gonna talk to everyone involved in this operation.
So, which of my uniforms do you think stuffed up?
All right, let's start at the top, shall we? Did you mention this operation to anyone outside of work?
Get a grip, PJ.
What did you do last night?
Is this really necessary?
No, I don't mind, boss. I had a quiet night, sticking pins in my PJ doll.
A few drinks at the Imperial.
With?
PJ, I know how to keep my mouth shut.
Who'd you drink with?
Myself, mostly. Everyone else wimped out because they wanted to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for Operation Reefer.
Come off it, PJ. You're just trying to push the blame onto someone else.
Take it easy and answer the question.
How do you even know the cannabis was there in the first place?
The information came from a reliable source.
And you're willing to trust your reliable source over your mates. Wasn't me.
Peter, you understand the importance of maintaining security in an operation like this?
Yeah, I do.
Did you mention to anyone that we'd be executing a warrant this morning?
Sergeant Wilkie drummed that into us new blokes from day one.
How long have you been in the job?
I started St. David's 6 weeks ago.
You enjoying your time at Mount Thomas?
Oh, it's great. I really like it here.
Straight out of the academy, aren't you?
Yeah, St. David's is my first station.
Ah, must be pretty exciting for you. I mean, out doing the real thing, not just training exercises.
You bet.
Did you brag to anyone about this? Maybe your girlfriend?
Well, I don't have a girlfriend yet. I only just got to town.
What about family?
No.
I mean, maybe you were trying to big note yourself. I mean, guess what I'm doing tomorrow? I'm going on a big drug raid.
No.
Do you know how much that crop was worth?
No.
You nervous, Peter?
No.
Because you're looking nervous.
Well, that's because you're getting stuck into me.
You're hiding something.
I don't have anything to hide.
Son, if you did let slip any of the details, please tell us now.
I didn't say anything to anyone, Senior Sergeant.
You sure?
I couldn't have.
Why is that?
Because I didn't know where the raid was going to be.
Don't be daft.
The farm isn't Widgery.
Oh, that means I tipped him off.
Well, maybe it was unintentional.
So I'm not crooked, just incompetent.
Come on, Gossy. PJ's talking to everyone involved.
Take my advice, PJ. Let it go. It's no big deal. We've all looked the goose after a raid's turned up clean.
Did you drink at the Bush Ranger last night?
What do you reckon?
Did you get talking to any locals?
There's nobody there but locals. I'm a local.
Was Bruce Dale in?
Bruce is not a regular.
Yeah, anyone in the pub could have told him trouble was going to knock on his door this morning.
You want to put a muzzle on him before he bites somebody. Thanks for the chat, PJ. You've got a serious allegation to put to me. You know where I am.
If anyone was going to let something slip...
I don't agree.
I like Gossy too, but he's not the most thorough copper.
Just drop it.
No. Whoever stuffed up my operation is going to wear it. I will find the drugs and I'll find the leak. Come on, Benny.
You might want to leave the door on its hinges. All right, point taken, head pulled in.
Wakey, wakey, Benny boy.
Mr. Hashem.
Questions for you.
I don't know anything.
Don't ask anything yet, mate.
One at a time, okay?
You heard of anyone selling cannabis to a wholesaler?
Don't really muck about with grass, Mr. Hashem. You know that.
Up to 40 kilos. And I need you to sniff around for me.
It's not really my bag.
For me, Benny.
Which leaves my favourite part of the job, filling in the summaries. My specialty.
I need it now.
Still. Yeah.
Is he usually like this?
No. Well, not very often, anyway.
Constable Sullivan.
Sergeant.
Out at work, I see.
Yes, Sergeant.
What brings you all the way out here, Sergeant Wilkie?
Just keeping an eye on my probationary constable. His first performance evaluation's coming up shortly. Is he behaving himself?
Oh, he's doing very well.
Keep him busy, work him hard. Isn't that right, Constable?
Sergeant?
Another week slacking off here in Mount Thomas, you won't be able to keep up at St David's.
St David's got out of first gear then, has it?
Oh, Tom. Just checking on young Sullivan here.
Oh, he's doing very well.
Yes, so Gallagher tells me.
Well, why don't we keep him? Oh, you can have Ben when he comes back from his course.
So how are things in St David's?
Oh, the usual, busy. Not as busy as you've been, from what I hear. Understand you tried to seize a crop of tomatoes this morning.
Did you hear that?
Bush Telegraph. Has he bought the carton of beer yet?
Well, we haven't...
Don't let him squirm out of it. Must keep up our traditions, eh, PJ?
Absolutely, Bob.
Come on in.
Nothing wrong with a bit of interstation rivalry. Keeps up the morale.
Shirley.
Oh, you know Cheryl. Same as ever.
I've been meaning to give her a call. I've been sorting out some of Nell's fancy china. I thought she might like it.
I'll mention it to her.
She's still helping out with the CWA?
Bit less these days.
About PJ.
Oh, well, you can't blame PJ for being touchy. You'd think Gossy would have kept a lid on it.
This an official visit?
I hope not.
PJ's still flogging that dead horse.
How well do you know Bruce Dale?
Well, about as well as I know most people in the town.
Would you say you were mates?
What is this, Tom?
Would you?
Oh, I know him reasonably well. Though I doubt whether I'm still on his Christmas card list. Not after this morning's debacle.
Why didn't you mention this to PJ last night?
Nothing to mention.
Look, mate, if you did let anything slip,
We've been
tell
over
me
this.
about it now. Dale's produce.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Bruce Dale?
Bruce drops in a box of veggies every now and then. A few pumpkins, collie or two.
Do you pay for them?
Yeah, I'll sling him a few bucks whenever I see him round the trips. Oh, come on, Tom. So I get the occasional Brussels sprout from Bruce Dale.
Which you don't pay for. Then his place gets searched on a reliable tip, only we don't find a single cannabis plant.
Oh, you don't think that
No, of course not, but...
We're probably talking about 50 bucks worth of veggies here, tops. You think I put my ass on the firing line for that?
The point is, you didn't tell anybody up front how well you knew the target. It doesn't look good.
You know how it is for the country cop.
I probably know better than most.
People like to show their appreciation.
What sort of appreciation?
You walk into the butcher's to buy a few snags, hand over 10 bucks, you get however much back. The butcher decides the price. Be the same for you?
I make sure I pay the same as everybody else.
Yeah, well, that's you, isn't it? St. Tom Croydon.
Take it easy,
Look,
Goss.
I'm doing the job the way I've always done it. If that's not bloody good enough, I'll chuck it in
You
right
don't
now.
have to tell me I'm your mate, remember?
I'll just get PJ off my back, will you?
I can't do that.
You know there's nothing in this.
Yeah, I know. Look, it'll blow over. Just keep your head down.
What's all this?
Oh, just adding up the times on the running sheet.
Well, you don't have to be so gung-ho. There's an easier way to do it.
Well, easier than just adding up the columns.
No one really looks at this stuff anyway. Give us a squeeze. OK, all they want is a rough idea of how much time you spent on patrol. So, there you go. Done. Now you got time for more important things.
Wish I'd known about this 6 weeks ago.
It didn't take you long to show him the shortcuts?
We don't want the poor thing sweating over his calculator all day.
Sergeant Holgate at the academy didn't tell us how much paperwork we'd be doing.
Well, if they did, half the recruits would jump ship. It's not exactly the most glamorous part of the job.
Yeah, well, I haven't actually seen much of the glamour yet.
I'll tell you, Sarge, you want to do more of the exciting stuff.
Oh, yeah, that'll go down real well.
I'd say Wilkie's a bit of a hard ass.
The other coppers, they call him the ramrod.
Well, there's something to be said for a tough sergeant. You just can't let him walk all over you.
Well, over at St David's, probationary connies just keep their mouths shut and they do whatever they're told. Tell you what, I'd much rather be over here with you guys.
Well, we like our probationary connies to develop their own initiative, within limits.
Yes, Mrs. Webster. Yes, I've found it.
Ah, boss.
I did what you wanted. I asked around about weed for sale. There's been a bit of a drought on, so when this stuff turned up, word got out pretty fast.
And where is it now?
The deal hasn't gone through yet, but the dealer's got a sample. It's good stuff, hydroponic, lots of head.
Who is this dealer?
Oh, come on, Mr. Croydon, fair's fair. I've already stuck my neck out for you lot. He's not a local if that's what you're worried about. The deal's going down in Horsham.
Get on with it.
There's something else I thought you might be interested in. The dealer recognised the guy who's selling.
And?
Well, he reckons he's one of your mob.
A copper?
That's what he said.
Do I get a blindfold and a cigarette?
You haven't smoked for 20 years.
Oh, now would be a good time to start again, eh?
When was the last time you saw Bruce Dale?
Oh, you don't waste any time, do you? Be a couple of weeks.
Has there been any contact by phone, fax?
I didn't tell Bruce Dale or anyone else that we'd be paying a call.
But you do receive goods from him?
Sorry?
Vegetables.
Yeah, on occasion.
And you don't pay for them?
I've paid sometimes, yeah, if that's all you're worried about.
Have you accepted anything else from him?
Like what?
Money.
Never.
But Bruce Dale is a friend.
Acquaintance.
Well, he may think of you as a friend.
Possibly.
He may think that you keep him in the picture if his interests were under threat.
Not if he's growing cannabis, he wouldn't.
But if it was a lesser crime, he would.
No, I didn't mean that. Look, I'm not bloody crooked. How many times do I have to tell you?
Until I'm satisfied you're telling the truth, Senior Constable.
Ian Goss is a good man. He's amiable, eager to please.
And his work?
At the end of the day, he always got the job done.
Sergeant Wilkie, we're in the process of investigating a serious allegation against Senior Goss. If you have any light to shed on his conduct while under your supervision, I'd suggest you illuminate us now.
There's nothing I could put my finger on directly.
Meaning?
Well, there were shortcuts, anomalies. Nothing that would warrant a report to ESD.
Yes, Sergeant.
We were out on patrol and we pulled over a speeding driver. I let Senior Goss handle it while I wrote up the running sheet. When he came back to the car, he told me he'd let the driver off. I took him to task over it. We pursued the driver and I proceeded to book him. When we searched the car, we discovered the boot was full of stolen electrical goods.
And you suspected Ian Goss may have been tempted to look the other way.
That's a very serious allegation.
When was this supposed to be?
September 1988.
Oh, come on. How am I expected to remember that?
Well, shall we check your records?
What are you going to do? Trawl through my whole career and dig up whatever dirt you can? Where are you getting all this anyway?
You know better than to ask that.
Never mind. I have an inkling.
A small station like this doesn't always have the rigour I'd like to see.
Everyone here's been great.
Just don't pick up any bad habits.
We'll be in contact.
Ma'am?
Ian?
Gossie, you dropped me in it, you bastard. Calm down, mate. What's that all about?
This isn't a schoolyard. You give me no choice. I suggest you take leave immediately.
Or?
You may find yourself suspended.
Well, go ahead. You've already made your mind up anyway.
Ma'am, do you mind if I have a quick word?
If you think it'll have any effect.
You reckon I did it, don't you?
I put in a word for you and you stuff it up.
Well, you sold her onto me in the first place.
Nobody here believes you do anything crooked.
Ramrod Wilkie believes it. Monica Draper believes it.
Well, I don't.
Sorry. Doesn't look good, does it?
No.
Boss. About Gossie?
Yes?
Well, I really didn't think it'd go this far. I thought I'd have it sorted by now.
Well, now it's a witch hunt.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about.
PJ, it's done. Now that Monica's got her teeth in him, I don't think she'll let go.
I just thought that I'd have another chat with Benny.
Do you think you can get any more out of him?
Well, you know Benny. You never know what you'll find out if you turn him upside down and give him a shake. Late lunch, Benny.
This is breakfast. I'd ask you to join me, but...
Not hungry. Just here for a friendly chat. Benny coughed up the name of the guy who told him about the Horsham deal.
And?
I tracked him down. He knows the buyer, but wasn't willing to give him up.
So we're no closer than we were.
He reckons there's 32 kilos for sale. And he named the copper involved.
Bob Wilkie.
He said a sergeant from St David's.
He's not the only sergeant at St David's.
He's the only one known as Ramrod.
Are any of your sources prepared to make a statement?
No, as far as they're concerned, we never spoke.
Then we're only operating on hearsay.
Well, it's very informed hearsay. Same hearsay that led us to Gossie.
I didn't believe Gossie was crooked. I certainly don't believe Bob is.
Hard as it is to accept, Tom, no one's beyond suspicion.
He's such a stickler, people won't work with him. Breaking the rules is just not in his makeup.
Come on, boss, it happens.
The investigation's in train. Ian Goss was named, now Bob Wilkie. I have to follow it up.
Search? For what exactly?
30-odd kilos of dope. Wish I grew it. Need someone to sell it.
PJ,
Tom, what is this?
we'll be as quick as we can.
I suppose Ian Goss put you up to this.
He had nothing to do with it.
So it came from you.
Inspector Draper's running this investigation.
How long have we known each other? 20 years?
Boss, we found something. Boss? Mind telling us what this is?
You know what it is.
Where's the rest of it?
I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about, Senior Detective.
Where's the stash?
Give him a chance to explain, PJ.
There's nothing to explain. It's for my own private use. I have nothing more to say.
Bob, this is serious.
You know you can be charged.
Go right ahead.
Bob?
Charge me! That's what this is all about, isn't it? To make yourself look good at my expense. What are you doing here in bed, love?
How can I rest with all this going on? Afternoon, Tom.
Shirley?
Darling, go to bed.
Shirley, you all right?
You stay out of it!
There's no need to get upset with Tom. He's only doing his job. And there's no need for you to take the blame for me. You know Bob could never break the law. He's incapable of it. The drugs you found are mine. Liver cancer.
Is there anything they can do?
It's inoperable, as it turns out.
Bloody doctors. They were useless.
They did everything they could. It's just too late.
Are you in much pain?
The treatment is worse than the cancer. Bob used to come to the chemo sessions with me and hold my hand.
If you could have seen the pain she was in.
I heard that marijuana could ease the side effects. He was against it, of course, but I talked him round. I did it all myself, right off my own bat. And I only bought the one bag. We called it my herbal remedy. I brewed it up into a tea.
I'm sorry to have to ask, but who's your supplier?
Oh, I don't want to get anybody else into trouble, dear. I suppose you want me to come down to the station.
I don't think that'll be necessary, will it?
Not for the time being.
Why don't you go back to bed, Cheryl? I'll fix this.
I'm just really sorry about all of this, Tom.
Sure.
Still, You have to be brave, eh? Can't cave in now.
Why didn't you say something?
We don't need people's sympathy.
I could have helped.
We're fine.
You're not fine. Anything but.
It's not long to go now. There's nothing anybody can do.
You know the drill. I'll do whatever I can to make sure she isn't bothered unnecessarily.
Thanks, Tom.
And if there's anything I can do...
Well, if it isn't Senior Saint Tom Croydon. Drink?
No, thanks.
Cover of virtue, eh?
What's going on, Gossie?
Well, can't drink in Widgery, my own bloody town. Wouldn't want to compromise my integrity as a member of the police force. Might end up sharing a beer with someone engaged in some sort of illegal activity, like relieving themselves against the wall. I hear you turned over the Ramrod's place this over.
You know I can't talk about that.
Tell you what, the boys in St David's are laughing. Thought of Bob Wilkie being crooked. No wonder he was keen to point the finger at me.
Come on, you don't believe that for a minute.
Righto. So everyone's willing to believe that I'm bent, but no one will believe it of Ramrod.
I don't believe it of either of you. Look, if any of us were going to turn crooked, we would have done it years ago.
Thought you were going to get me out of this.
Is there anything to get you out of?
You need to ask.
Look, who knows what they're going to find once they start digging. Let's get it all out in the open and avoid any surprises.
Maybe my finances aren't what they should be. Above board. Debts. Janice cleaned me out when she left, you know. Now the girls want to go to uni.
Put that together with everything else.
Being a copper's all I've got. I mean, what else am I going to do? Join the bowls club.
I wouldn't go out and buy a set of whites just yet. Now, come on, finish that and I'll run you home.
I'm okay.
You are not driving.
I got a bottle of port tucked away. Yeah, I paid full price for it. Bloody hell.
Gossie, how long have you been out of the house?
Oh, only about 6.
Did you give anyone a key?
What are you on about?
Well, it's just that there's no sign of forced entry.
Of course there isn't. Everybody knows I don't bother locking the doors.
Is that wise?
Well, the whole town knows I'm a copper. Who's going to burgle me?
Talked to the neighbours. One of them saw a maroon ute parked up the street.
When?
Took off about an hour ago.
I was home all night.
Your engine was still warm and neighbours saw your car.
That's not proof of anything.
You want proof? You want us to take fingerprints?
Come on, someone ripped off your crop and you think it was Gossie.
Look, how stupid do you reckon I am? I'm not about to incriminate myself.
They were just a couple of guys having a chat.
Yeah, one of the guys isn't talking.
It's a pretty hefty charge. Court appearance, fines. You talk to us and we'll go easy on the Berg.
Without physical evidence, we'd have a hard time making a case.
Look, I'm not admitting anything. If this ever comes up, I'll deny it. But Gossie paid a visit to the farm the other day. Just popped in out of the blue. I nearly had a heart attack. He was hanging around the shed.
Did he see the crop?
Well, he must have. You'd have to be blind if he didn't. Anyway, when he left, I thought he was, going to do the right thing by me, look the other way.
So, you were ripped off?
Last night. Bastard took everything. Gossie. Had to have been.
I was out there looking for the owner of a stray bloody cow. I found it out in the highway.
Did you see the plants in the shed?
No.
Did you suspect Bruce Dale was growing cannabis?
I had no idea until PJ briefed me.
Did you have some sort of an arrangement with Bruce Dale?
Of course I bloody didn't.
And fall out with him?
No, I was there about the bloody cow, that's all.
All right, well, I suppose you'll be able to verify all of this on your running sheet.
Yeah, well, haven't written it up yet.
I'm sorry?
Well, I don't usually write them up till the end of the week.
How can you hope to keep your records up to date?
It's all up here.
Did you find the owner of the stray cow?
When I got back, it had wandered off.
I want to go over whatever records you have first thing in the morning. Then you're on leave.
Will he lose his job?
Well, I don't think they're about to make him chief commissioner, mate.
Guess he wouldn't be the first copper to be tempted.
Poor bugger.
Look at him. There must be something someone can say or do to help
Peter,
him
if
out.
he's got anything to do with those missing drugs, he'll go inside.
It's a shambles.
Well, he seems to know where everything is.
No notes on having visited Brucedale's farm. No mention of a stray cow. And look at this. Notes jotted down on the form guide.
Being sloppy isn't a crime.
So you believe he just happened to drop in to speak to Brucedale about a stray cow?
Why not?
And he didn't notice a shed full of cannabis plants? If you ask me, Goss is his own worst enemy.
I know, but he didn't do it.
Is that reason speaking, or are you trying to protect a friend? And what alternative do we have? Bob Wilkie?
No. Yeah, maybe I should have another word to Shirley.
What would that prove?
Well, we still don't know where she got her drugs.
Oh, you think she'll just tell you?
I know Shirley. She helped me organise Nell's funeral, did all the little things that I couldn't do.
You're too involved in this, Tom. Her story's credible. There's no demonstrated link between Sergeant Wilkie, the missing drugs, and Brucedale, unlike Senior Constable Goss. Drop it, Tom. That's an order.
Sorry for the imposition.
Oh, it's never an imposition.
Mind if I have a word?
Come on.
Well, it would be a great help to us if we could talk to whoever it was that sold you the marijuana.
I can't do that.
Did Bob get it for you?
Bob? No, he wouldn't.
Then how did you get out of the house?
Ah, the third degree. I made a phone call. Well, a couple of calls.
I'm sure you didn't get the numbers out of the yellow pages.
It was surprisingly easy to track it down. They were kind enough to deliver. Just like pizza. You don't seriously suspect that Bob has anything to do with those drugs you're looking for?
He told you.
Oh, he wouldn't tell me a thing. He's protecting me. Just like you would have protected Nell. I miss Nell. No, Bob wouldn't tell me what's going on. But it was pretty clear that when you lot turned up, you were looking for drugs.
Crop was stolen over in Widgery.
Crop?
Around 32 kilos.
And you think Bob's involved?
We need to eliminate him from our inquiries.
That's why you're here. You think he did this?
I think he might be involved, yes.
I see.
Shirley, please.
You should go.
I'm sorry.
Tom? Bob never had many friends. Never really made friends easily. But you were someone he always admired. And you, of all people, should know what he's going through.
Jill?
Shame on you.
What are you doing here?
It's all right, Bob. Tom just dropped in for a chat.
A chat? About what?
Old times.
I'd prefer it if you'd leave now.
I was just going.
This is beyond the pale. To stoop to questioning Shirl in the state she's in.
Well, I'm simply trying to eliminate
30
you.
years of loyal service. You think I'd throw all that away?
I don't know, Bob, would you?
If they even had a skerrick of evidence, they would have interviewed me by now. Oh, I can see what's happening here. You're going after me to take the heat off Gossie.
I'm not going after anyone.
You've always had a bee in your bonnet about me. Ever since I went for the job at Mount Thomas.
Rubbish.
I should have got that station. I had the runs on the board. But you, you were the popular one. Always traipsing the crew down to the pub after work.
If that's what this is about.
This is about me! It's about me! Here I am. Still a sergeant after 30 years. And nothing to show for it.
So, you were owed, is that it?
Oh, come on, Tom, face it. Falcon Price wants the old guard out. He's trying to pry us out and replace us with infants. You and me, we're history. We're dinosaurs.
Bob, I think I've heard enough.
The truth stings, doesn't it, Tom?
The truth is, you stole that cannabis.
Prove it.
You should get a warrant and check out his bank accounts.
I've been told, been ordered to stay out of it. Thanks, Chris.
Keep your head down. It won't blow over. I've been having a little sniff around, and I think I'm onto something. Now, Bob didn't know there was a big drugs bust in the wind, but young Peter Sullivan did.
We've already covered that. He didn't know where it was going to be.
All he'd have to do is cop a peek at the affidavit for the warrant. How hard would that be?
Lost property, this shelf, exhibits down here, and property to be returned to finders up here.
How often do we check it?
Whenever probationary constables have finished all their other work. Check the contents with that list.
Can I grab you?
Oh. PJ, got Benny for you?
Hey, Benny, long time no see.
Can we just get this over with?
Did you find out who's buying the 32 kilos?
Oh, you just hit the replay button.
Take a seat.
It's your initiation, is it?
Oh, is that what it is? I don't mind.
Okay, I'll give you that. Better be careful, though. There's Sergeant Jones in here for a whole week.
You wouldn't be holding out on me, would you, Benny?
It's happening in Horsham, that's all I know.
Don't you sling me any bull.
Why would I lie to you?
So when's the sale?
Dunno.
Look, we know Wilkie's got the cannabis, and we know where he's got it stashed.
Who's buying, Benny?
Dunno.
Look, we'll be going after Wilkie. Let's just hope that your druggy pals are with him.
Oh, no pals of mine. Can I go now?
No. Wait in the interview room.
What for?
Because we need to ask you some more questions.
Same old sweet song.
You should be thanking us, Benjamin.
Nearly finished?
Still plowing through it.
One warrant. Special delivery.
Oh, who do you want on that?
Take Jones. All right.
Yes?
He's making the call, boss. It seems you're right.
It's one occasion I wouldn't have minded being wrong. All right, I'll keep you posted. Yeah, I need an address check on 103 Miller Street, St David's.
I didn't think it sounded right. The boy panicked.
Don't blame Peter Sullivan. My people put on a pretty good show for him.
It's my own stupid fault. I should have done it all myself.
Why, Bob?
Why do you think? The money.
That's not like you.
Well, being like me didn't exactly get me anywhere, did it? First into the office. Last to leave. Home late all those years. Working weekends. Extra shifts. I left Shirley holding the fort. I didn't even see her. Keeping everything together. The kids couldn't wait to move away. Hardly see him now. You'd be the same. So what happens now? I don't suppose that we could keep this between the two of us. I'll burn it, I don't care. It was just a stupid mistake.
Come on, Bob. You've wrecked that kid's career. You were prepared to drop Gossie right in it. It's a bit late.
I'll have to make some arrangements for Shirley.
Are you sure you won't have a cuppa, Tommy?
Shirley, sit down, please.
Oh, don't fuss.
I've just got to duck down to the station and do a bit of work. Shouldn't take long.
I can look after myself, believe it or not.
I'll ask next door if they can look in on you. If I'm not back by tea time, Mary can drop something in.
It's bad, isn't it? Tommy?
Yes, it is.
This is all because I got sick. I should have been stronger. He's a good man. You know he is. You could let him go. You could walk away when no one would be any the wiser. You know you could. Or at least wait till after I'm gone. Then we could pretend that none of this had happened. This is going to be the end of him. He'd never ask you because he's too proud. But I'm asking you. I'm begging you. Please, Tom.
first time, it was just a few plants in the back of this bloke's car, and Sergeant Wilkie grabbed them and they disappeared. I know, I should have said something then, but who's going to believe me over a sergeant?
There's no excuse.
He's a sergeant, for Christ's sake! I didn't know what to do. He said that it was the way that things were done, that it was just one of the perks of the job, and from then on, I had no choice.
Sign here, please.
Sergeant, I love being a copper. You know, just being here with you the last few days has made me see the way that things should have been.
I'm not admitting anything. Anything I said was off the record. Yeah, thanks a lot, Hashem.
You're welcome, Bruce.
I'm sorry.
You had a choice. You made the wrong one. What'll it be, gents?
Better make it a jug, Chrissy.
What are we celebrating?
The dinosaurs live to fight another day.
Dinosaurs, eh? Better make it a big jug.
Well, looks like Ramrod faced the music. Almost feel sorry for him.
He was a good copper once, and a good mate.
Yeah, once. How's Shell taking it?
I'll drop round and see you later. I doubt I'm very welcome there at the moment.
They don't breed them like Shell anymore.
Well, at least Bob got bail. He'll be with her at the end.
I don't know how anyone could think you're on the take, Gossie. Only someone on a copper's wages would have duds like yours.
Thanks very bloody much.
That's all right. Is that the end of it?
Looks like Gossie lives to drink another day.
I told him if he kept his head down, he'd come up clear.
Not quite clear. I've got a clean bill of health when it comes to corruption. Monica Draper gave me a blister for not keeping me paperwork up to date.
Oh, that's the least of your worries.
Hey, you going to join us, Chrissy?
Oh, it's just this once.
Not only that, now I have to pay full price for everything.
Oh, welcome to the 21st century, Goss.
Do you have any idea what the butcher charged me for half a dozen snags?
So, what are we drinking to?
To the dinosaurs.
The dinosaur.
The dinosaurs.